So Matt, let's talk first about your lovely wife and when you guys met and how you met and where you met, and yeah, just fill me in a bit about your family.
Well, my wife and I met quite young, in regards to racing industry, I guess, or in Hong Kong, because we were quite cooped up here in Hong Kong regarding the apprentice school and whatnot. But we just basically met through a mutual friend at their party, and that was basically it.
And was she part of the racing community?
Not particularly, just a mutual friend.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have two kids, a boy and a girl.
Yeah.
Tell me a bit about them. I've got some photos here. So
Well, Jessica is now 9.
Okay.
She was delivered by the same doctor that you suggested.
Really?
Remember?
I do remember. That was at Union Hospital.
At Union Hospital, yeah.
She was, what was her name? I can't remember. What was Doctor? Do you remember her name? I don't remember her name.
I do, but not at the minute.
Yeah, same.
I do know.
I remember her face so clearly. Oh, you went, so she delivered.
Yeah, you recommended her.
I did.
Yeah.
She was amazing.
Yeah, and she delivered my son as well.
That's amazing,
Yeah.
Matt.
Yeah.
That's so great.
Yeah.
So it's Jessica, and what's your little boy's name?
Maverick.
Maverick. I love it. Not from Top Gun, is it?
Yes.
It is?
Yes.
Oh, brilliant.
I didn't understand. People said to me that, oh, there's a wave called Maverick as well, which I had no idea. But we're having trouble with my son's name because we hadn't figured one out. The
Yeah.
Chinese names were always easy because we go to the masters for
Right.
that, the feng shui masters. So the English name for my son came about quite. We only decided after his birth, a few weeks after his birth, because
Right.
we basically didn't have any idea, and we based it on his month, basically his star sign, everything, what it came up with, and I can't completely remember the details, but I just came up with a couple, and then we just landed on.
That's the one that
yeah.
stuck. That's great.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. This was from your recent summer holiday?
Yeah.
Where did you guys go?
We went to Dubai first, and then we drove so that's the Dubai frame.
That's amazing.
And then we went to Abu Dhabi, and then we came back for a few days. We went to Thailand, and then we had to make that quick trip to the UK because Vincent couldn't ride at the Sherga.
Right.
And then went back to Thailand to finish the trip off.
That's amazing.
So this is Dubai, and that's at the Burj Khalifa,
That's incredible.
where they ironically
Right at
shot
the top. That's
Mission
so
Impossible
great.
Top Ghost Protocol, I think it was.
That's amazing. Look at that, huh? Well, have these guys put this on there, but that's amazing.
That's so the back shot is the Burj Al Arab.
This one?
Where we stayed. No, this one.
This one here.
That's where we
Oh,
stayed.
that's where you
the
stayed.
sailboat.
That's incredible.
That's
If you guys can see that.
Really nice hotel. Really good.
That's so great. That's beautiful. Dubai must have been nice because they've got indoor skiing and they've
Yeah,
got all
they've got
sorts
everything.
of stuff,
They
right?
put every theme park in the world I've been to shame.
That's amazing.
Because they do everything so well.
Yeah.
They're all about the tourist,
Mm-hmm.
and they know obviously it's hot. They obviously know it's hot, so everything's indoor.
Indoors.
So actually, the air cons in Hong Kong don't even compare to Dubai because
Really?
it is freezing. Not freezing, but you need a
You need a coat.
you need a
almost.
coat to get inside. So actually, what they wear, the traditional clothes, is very convenient for their lifestyle because outside they don't get burnt.
Yeah, and inside
they're cool. They're warm enough to stay cool
That's
without
amazing.
being too hot.
Too hot or too cold.
Yeah. So actually, it's very convenient what they wear.
That's incredible. Wow. So the birth of your children obviously must have been such an amazing feeling.
Yeah. We'll go on 2 different parts.
No, go
I was
ahead.
thinking
talk.
about
No, go ahead. Go
my
back.
son, because he was in that year group where he had to go through COVID when he was born.
Right.
So
it
he's
was the
just
COVID.
turned 5.
COVID
He's
baby.
turning 5 this year. So the last 3.5 years, extended period for the racing participants at the club because of all to keep racing going.
Yeah.
They were during that period where they needed that development of interaction and social and
skills,
everything
yeah.
was a bit delayed because of all that. But so he's flourished this summer and this past year at school. So
That's amazing.
yeah,
They're adorable kids, that's for sure. Wow. Planning any more, or you're done?
I'm done.
Is your wife done?
I think I'm done.
Yeah. Oh, that's amazing.
When we see the school fees, we're done.
Yeah, exactly. So do they go to private school, do they?
My daughter goes to the VSA, Victoria Shanghai,
Okay.
and my son is in a kindergarten there.
Because he's 5. Yeah, so he
Yeah.
started kindergarten at
He's
4.
he's starting K2 now.
K2. That's amazing. And you also have a little dog, 10 years old now.
He's not little, he's fat.
Fat dog.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we used to have 2. We used to have a husky as well, Alaskan husky.
I remember you had that husky a while ago, though.
Yeah, she passed away. We had the husky first, like 3 months before the Samoyed.
Okay.
And then she passed away a few years ago. She had some internal problems. They couldn't find out what was wrong. I don't know.
Sad.
And then the dog's called Gajao after.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah. Grey,
Yeah,
white.
White, yeah.
Yeah, fluffy.
That's awesome. And how would you feel if one of your kids wanted to get into to writing? How would you feel about if they wanted to follow in Daddy's footsteps?
It doesn't really bother me off the top of my head. I was brought up with a mind frame that you let them see what they're interested in and everything like that. My wife, on the other hand, is more traditional, so I don't. She probably has more educational plans and stuff like that, but I'm not going into much detail. Again, finding the right balance and seeing where it takes them and
Right.
what
And
it
what
is,
they're passionate about,
Because
right?
also my wife's very aware of the passion, but also aware about the future and how the future, it keeps changing nowadays. So much technology, so much. All these kids now studying, you don't know what the jobs are going to be like later on. The job demand for certain subjects are going to be like in the future, because there's so much AI and everything going on. You don't know what's going to happen. So it's the next generation will be very interesting to see what happens.
I know. I mean, mine is 16 now, and it's like, ugh. The information that they can pull up within like 30 seconds, it's just...
Yeah, exactly. But also, you don't know, you're seeing AI and taking over so many things. You don't know what is going to be available in the future. And what
Absolutely.
people are going to have to, how
They're
they're
even
going to
have
live
a
their lives.
job. Half of the industry
how
might
they're
be
going to live
run
their
by
lives
AI.
and everything like that. So you don't know where, there's no concrete plan on where to invest or where an individual should invest their time into. It's very hard to say.
Very true. Let's talk a little bit about this upcoming season. You've just come out of surgery. You want to tell me a little bit about that?
Well, last December, I broke my leg in a trial. The horse reared up, fell on top of it, and broke my leg. So I was out for another couple months. So that was a big stab in the back, in the gut, because I felt I just come off one of my better seasons since being back, and I was coming to the previous season with a full steam ahead and some ammunition regarding horses and young horses coming through the grades. And I was preparing a few younger ones as well, and they were just coming to, and then the accident happened. So that was a big setback, a bit heartache. But then anyway, so I had to give that a bit of a rest and get that healed up. So when I came back professionally wise, it was hard again to get back on horses, and towards the end of the season I was getting pretty frustrated that I was riding the same horses over and over again, and they were basically at their peak or had to come back down or just too old and too tired. So very mentally frustrating and difficult on that aspect. As far as it is now, the leg's fine. I had to put a metal plate in. It was giving me some discomfort while I was riding. So, and aggravating some of the muscles when I was getting hit around a bit. So I just decided to take it out. Now it's just about getting the scar heal and the superficial scar healing, and then I can get back on the horse.
That's fantastic. And what are your goals, or what are you hoping for this season for you? Like, what is it that you're looking forward to this season? That you've had all these injuries and all these things you've been plagued with. What, I mean, other than being injury free, of course. What do you?
Yeah, well, that's the main thing to keep injury free, and that's the main hope. The goal is to finish as high as possible. I'm not happy with how the season was last season. I'm nowhere near happy. I'm not content. I felt coming off the season prior, where I said I was coming in with a full head of steam last season, that I should have finished. I could have finished without a doubt with 60+ winners, and that's what I was pushing for. So I hope. I said I'm on the back foot again this season because I don't have the young horses coming through. I wasn't given those young horses at the end of last season to help find out their ability and help prepare them. So I'm on the back foot there, but I hope to have, being conservative, I hope to at least 50 at minimum. I want more. I'm hungry for more. I want more, but I need the opportunities. I need the horses.
How do you get that opportunity when you're coming in on the back end of things? Like you said, the young horses, you missed out on that. How do you, and this is interesting for young people starting out too, like what advice do you have for them to get the break? Do you go and talk to the owners? Do you talk, like, how does that work for you? How do you have to get yourself motivated mentally as well? Because it is a mental game. So how do you get back in that game and get the rides that you deserve and you feel you deserve?
Oh, it's just going up to the owners, going to the trainers, asking to ride the horses, ride the right ones, getting an opportunity. Mentally, I said, just thinking about it, it's very hard, but thinking about, and to be honest, over the summer I haven't thought about it at all because I want to just take the break, and I had enough of that end season where I was just stuck in sort of a rut. Just thinking about how I came off, how well I was doing the season prior,
right,
and coming into that and being hit, that really frustrates me and really gets the fire burning. Just thinking about it wants me, I cannot.
It's giving you that,
yes,
that push.
I need to not show people, but show myself that it's possible. I know it's possible. I have no doubt I would have finished with 60+ winners last season if I wasn't stopped. My momentum wasn't stopped because I've lost so many horses. I'm not happy about it just thinking about it. But getting those horses is about the opportunities that I'm offered. So I can only ask, and they can only say no.
Right, and the more you ride, the more you show them that you're riding well again and that you're back in the game.
Exactly, it's about the opportunities though. Once you get a couple and they fall in, well then hopefully they can start kicking. But Hong Kong is a ruthless game. You don't know what's going to happen around the corner.
Absolutely, and the tragic part of the game too is other people get injured, things happen. And, as you've experienced in your own racing career, that, you're on the top 1 minute, the next minute you're on the ground and you're injured, and that, unfortunately for the injured person, but it gives you and others an opportunity to get on something that you perhaps wouldn't have had.
Exactly.
So all I can do is wish you luck for the season, and I hope that you get to 50+ and 60+, and I hope that they get out there and give him the opportunities, guys. He's ready to go.
Yeah.
So. But based on that, I don't want to, this was not really talking that much about racing, and I appreciate you're talking about, California memory and stuff like that. But is there any other horse that sort of stole your heart, and anyone that you've really been sort of connected with throughout your racing career so far? Anything that really sort of stands out, or any particular race that you feel like, you know what, I'm glad I won it, and I'm glad I won it with this horse?
The only one that does stick out is the one I won in California memory, the Group 2, after my Singapore mishap.
Right.
Because that was a total disaster. So that was a particular race, his first up for the season. I forgot which year it was. It's a Group 2 mile, and it was a 3-way finish. And for me, on a personal level, it was a do or die race. Nice. Because that race I felt would have defined whether I kept riding the horse or not. Because the off-season, or the Singapore race was, as I said, a total disaster. Completely ridden upside down. In all fairness to Tony and the owner, they could have taken me off straight away if they wanted to, but they gave me that one chance, so that was the race I had to win, I felt. and there's only one way I could have ridden him to win the race, and it came off.
That's amazing. That's fantastic.
So, because those sort of things, you look through, you find the,
Yeah.
do all your homework, you do everything, and you know you have to have an ounce of luck, but that's the only way you can win a particular race, possibly.
And that was the one that did it.
And that's the one that got me through it and enabled me to stay on the horse, I felt.
Thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate it and being open.
Great, thank you for having me.